and who we expected them to be.
That's a good point. That's a good point. The givens have not been that given.
Correct.
That much of a given this year. We don't write them off, but we think, oh, they're great, but they're actually not that great in numbers this year. Coming up, have we seen the last of Jimmy G as a full-time starter? We'll get to that next on Sportsmanlike ESPN Radio.
Today on ESPN Radio. Down 2 games to 1. Can the D-backs make it 2 straight at home? Or will the Phillies bounce back and take the commanding 3-1 series lead? Game 4, the Phillies and Diamondbacks in the National League Championship. Coverage begins today at 7:30 Eastern, with first pitch at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. More on Sportsmanlike coming up next.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things. Getting projects done right with Behr Premium Plus interior paint.
And football.
That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. And with Behr's wall-to-wall coverage and long-lasting durable finish, you'll spend less time worrying about your walls.
Which means more time for football.
For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Behr and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
If you're just tuning in, this is Fan 23, Fansville's #1 sports radio station.
Brought to you by Tasty Dr. Pepper.
We are settling the great debate, best third quarter snack, hot dogs or nachos?
You know my mantra, Doug.
Yes.
Meaty early, cheesy late.
Well, it looks like we have a caller here to weigh in. Is this Chuck?
Popcorn in the third is the move.
What?
You go with passive snacking after halftime.
No, it's nachos.
Look, as long as there's an ice cold Dr. Pepper there to wash it down, I'm good with either. Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 294, Saturday at a special start time of 2 p.m. Eastern. Reigning lightweight champion Islam Makhachev defends his title in a rematch against featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski. And Kamaru Usman takes on Khamzat Chimaev in a middleweight bout. UFC 294, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Fight on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
Victorious. This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
I fell in love with a sport in the 1970s that is no longer played. When my son Stevie sees some of the hits that were routinely taking place in games in the 70s and 80s, he can't believe it. Dad, that was allowed? So it does bring up the question, in the world in which we live today, is the sport actually better than it was then? Because I lived in Chicago and New York all my life, people ask me all the time, which do you like better, New York pizza or Chicago pizza? And I always say, that's not a reasonable comparison. They aren't the same thing. Pro football was so violent. Jack Tatum would have been thrown out of the league in 10 minutes. Big Buckets wouldn't have even gotten to the stadium. I don't know that Lawrence Taylor could have played in today's game. It is genuinely a different product. I certainly accept the fact that some people can say, I liked that better. I don't think that it would have become as popular as it has if they hadn't made the changes.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. Chris Carlin, Joe Fortenbaugh. This is Carlin versus Joe.
We were trying to figure out, did he gradually take in helium?
Oh, Cronin. Listen, I will not deny that there are times where I absolutely yell like a 12-year-old girl who just saw Taylor Swift.
Carlin versus Joe. Weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN app, and on SiriusXM Channel 80.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
This is the home of Major League Baseball,
the NBA,
and the college football playoffs.
Atlanta's ESPN 103.7 FM.
170! This is 4 Downs. First down.
Yes, it is time for 4 Downs here on Unsportsmanlike. Michelle Smallman has 4 questions for Chris Canty, and I haven't